Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as we're going to be streaming to those Pilot TVs. Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So if you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as we shoot you out some luck as you get on after some of this great bingo we have in store for you guys.
That's right. Stick around and get enrolled. Just about 15 seconds now to get into this first matchup of today. As we have some great cash prizes on the line, we're aiming to give them out to you. We already gave out some great cash prizes just yesterday as we were able to give out one jackpot prize. As we gave out that one prize, it made our total over the last 7 days 19 different jackpots to go on out and 38 jackpots total for this season 17 so far. Love to see it. We are just a little over 2 weeks in.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun so far in this season. Lots of jackpot prizes, as that one jackpot prize to go out yesterday went out to HKFL over at the Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Blaine, taking home $7,016. Congratulations to you, THKFL.
Absolutely.
Do you have what that's an
No.
abbreviation for? The Heineken killing Florida lady.
Wow.
Yeah. You really
Kills
kill
those Heinekens.
Yeah, kills those Heinekens. There you go. There's my right away first thought of that one. I don't know why that one
The
came
hippo
out
kicks
easily.
footballs long is the
The
one.
hippos kicks footballs long. Okay.
Hippos kick footballs long.
Yeah. I like it.
Well, nicely done.
Yeah, good job, THKFL, in that fantastic win. As we hope to give out some more great wins here. We got a $17.37 minor jackpot in this game, 52 balls or less. 48 balls or less for our major prize of $1,000 and a mega jackpot of $18,000 you could take home in 46 balls or less. We even got a must-go prize if we do click past all of those jackpot prizes, sitting at $35. So not too shabby on this lovely game number 1 of Wednesday Live Bingo action.
Absolutely. We can't wait to give out these great jackpot prizes to you lucky players. 4 balls away now for Why Not Me. We'll have to see if they're the player to take this home.
You're right. Why not you? We'll take home that awesome prize as we give a shout out to our social media page.
That's right. If you want to stay up to date with Pilot Games, I highly suggest going onto Facebook, searching on Pilot Games, and giving us a like and follow. You can stay up to date and in the know with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, seeing those great progressives wherever they have grown to, and even more there. We've got direct links right at the top of our Facebook page that have links to all of our streaming platforms, all of our social medias, pgl.world, and even all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go and check out Pilot Games at. Go and check it out today.
Absolutely. We love those players that are out there connected with our Facebook page, staying in the know. We do have a winner here, as $35 exactly is going out to Mikey Mike over at the Old Piper in Blaine. Congratulations to you, Mikey Mike, in this awesome game number 1 of Game Day Bingo, as we'll now be getting enrolled into our game number 2 with our minor jackpot, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we start to get on after it in this fantastic matchup.
Absolutely. Stick around as we have a lot of great cash on the line, as these are the first bingo games you guys play each and every day, going from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. That's when Ian and I will go off air, but you'll jump into your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. It's got over $95,466 and growing as you and your friends get enrolled at 1 p.m.
Afterwards, you'll hop into more Game Day Bingo that runs from 1 all the way till 4 p.m., working on whatever minor, major, and mega prize that me and Jordy aren't able to give out during this fantastic lunchtime. At 4 o'clock, we will then switch on over to your second and final opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. Another shot at maybe $95,000 if it didn't go out at 1 o'clock. So, should be a great time playing those games of Lucky 4.
Absolutely, because after that, Ian and I will be back live from 4 all the way till 6 p.m., going after those great Game Day Bingo games, as we have 23 games will be live for a little happy hour show tonight, 4 to 6. Then at 6 p.m., you get your first chance of Pilot Payday this week. You guys can check out Pilot Payday every Wednesday. Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. to try your hand at a 10-cent card that could award you $2,500. Make sure you guys come on out for your first chance at Pilot Payday this week tonight at 6 p.m.
Absolutely, Pilot Payday, one of our personal favorite games because it is only played on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Meaning only 3 shots a week to take home $2,500. It's a lot of fun there. But we then afterwards will hop into the regular game day bingo to finish off your night, running from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. as that finishes off the great live bingo that you play every single day, running from noon all the way till 10 p.m. for all of that great action. Definitely a lot of fun there throughout today, and we can't wait to be live during this 12 to 1 time, as well as 4 to 6 time for some happy hour and lunchtime game day bingo.
That's right, but we are officially underway in the second round of Game Day Bingo. Make sure you guys are in this game as we aim to give out a great prize, whether it be one of our minor, major, or megas, or that $13.10 must-go. We'd love to highlight some great national days that you guys can be out there celebrating as well, as we kick it off with a very tasty one, National Bagel Day. Toast up your favorite flavor on National Bagel Day, as this falls on January 15th, and so don't forget to pick your favorite schmear too. Make it a breakfast, lunch, snack, or any of the above to celebrate National Bagel Day.
Absolutely. I love a good bagel. It is something that brightens my day in the morning. Bagel sandwich is one of my favorite ways. A little bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich is so delicious. I think there's so many great ways to enjoy a bagel, and there's really so many different kinds of bagels for all different kinds of moods that you may be in. So you can find a bagel for you pretty much at any time. So I love a good bagel highlight.
Absolutely. Whether you like them savory or sweet, the bagel is one that's very versatile on today. Whether you like it with the bacon, egg, and cheese or with the classic cream cheese schmear, it is definitely a very tasty one on today. I gotta say, I am a huge fan of bagels. I could have any variety of a bagel, and I would be super content.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a personal favorite bagel?
I would have to say the everything bagel.
The everything. It is such a good one. I would say either the everything or the Asiago. Yeah, those are both so good. It
in
just
high
matters
school
on what I'm
and
doing.
when I worked at Panera, I was a big Asiago gal.
Yeah.
The Panera Asiago bagel was something that was just like unmatched to me. That was definitely my favorite bagel, but now that I'm an adult,
I think the Asiago with a sandwich
everything.
is the best. Everything is the best with a smear. If I had to give it, it's different categories.
Well, oftentimes the Asiago doesn't have the hole, so it does make a better sandwich.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Well, let's talk about the 10 most ordered bagels, as this is from EasyCater.com, as they start off with the number 10 spot as the pretzel bagel.
Last but definitely not least, I can't say that I've ever had the pretzel bagel.
Really? A pretzel bagel's super tasty. It's one of those that I could definitely have as more of a lunchtime bagel than I would have as a
I don't know why I would get a
morning
pretzel
bagel?
bagel though when I could get like a soft pretzel,
because it's a lot more filling than an actual pretzel.
Yeah, it's not something I lean towards anyway. Yeah. We do have a winner here, though, as Mary at Danny's Dugout gets to take away that must-go prize. $13.10 is heading your way. Congratulations going on out to Mary.
Yeah, great job to you. As we get enrolled into this game number 3, we'll continue highlighting the top 10 most popular bagel flavors. As number 9 is the chocolate chip bagel. Definitely a tasty one out there. Not one that I ever lean towards, because if I'm going to go sweet, like at the chocolate side of things, I'll just get a donut in my morning than a chocolate chip bagel, but still a great one to be able to highlight. That's a little better for you, I guess, if you want a little sweet and not necessarily go all the way to the donut side of things.
Absolutely. That was one that I really didn't even know existed until my time working at Panera.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, we would have this group of high schoolers that came in just begging for any leftover chocolate chip bagels that we had. And so finally I was like, you know what? I need to try these. These kids.
Was it good?
Yeah, absolutely. Toast it with some butter. It's absolutely delicious.
That sounds good. I feel like I could put a Nutella on that, and that would really make for a good bagel.
I think you would very much enjoy it.
Well, definitely a cool one there.
Number 8, we move on over to the cinnamon sugar bagel. And for
Ooh.
those sweet tooths, this is the one for you. Again, I just keep leaning towards Panera bagels because that's just primarily what my experience is
Yeah.
with. They had a cinnamon toast crunch bagel,
Yum.
and it had just like a mound of cinnamon sugar crusted on the top of this no hole bagel. And
Okay.
it was so good.
Yeah, that's gotta be super tasty.
Have you ever had that one?
No, I haven't had that one. I don't.
That is so shocking. I think it would become like a hyperfixation if Ian ever ate this bagel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily looking for sweet in my morning, so a lot of the time, it's like that might be a little much. But maybe as like a quick snack in the midday kind of thing, a cinnamon sugar bagel could get me.
Oh, absolutely delicious.
Next up, we got the sesame bagel. This offers a great taste that can be enjoyed at many meals.
Absolutely. That is a super fun one. I remember seeing the sesame bagel and the salt bagel and being like, who buys those?
Really?
But I would be so surprised because there's a lot of people who buy those.
It's great with just a little bit of butter, and you can enjoy that all day long. You can also try out the French toast bagel. I love French toast. I don't see why I wouldn't like a French toast bagel, as that seems like a really taste one. Maybe have it with in a sandwich with cheese, egg, and bacon, and you get yourself probably an even better version of like the McGriddle.
Absolutely. That sounds like a meal. We do have our next one though. Coming along the lines of the whole cinnamon bagel, as we have the cinnamon raisin bagel sitting at number 5.
Okay. I don't say I lean towards this one, but cinnamon and raisin go well together, and so it's a great one to be able to highlight here.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Our fourth one is the blueberry bagel. Add a little bit of fruity sweetness into your bagel action.
Yeah, this was the one where if I ever needed like a sweet bagel when I was like a kid,
Yeah.
I would only be allowed to get the blueberry.
The blueberry bagel's a tasty one.
I started resenting it after a period of time.
Really?
Because there was like the chocolate chip and stuff, and I was like, I guess I'll get the blueberry.
I get the blueberry instead. Well, I get that.
Yeah, now I have a bigger love for it. But sitting at number 3, we have what might be your favorite, the Asiago bagel.
Yeah, I feel like it just matters on where I'm having it, when I'm having it. It's a great bagel. It's less an it can't be like an everyday bagel for me. It's more of that specialty bagel that I'm more like, every once in a while I'll go and get myself an Asiago bagel, and I'm like, ooh, this was so good. Why did I wait so long to have another Asiago bagel? Where like my everyday bagel would be like the everything bagel, but the Asiago bagel's so good whenever I do have it.
Absolutely. Well, coming in second is that everything bagel.
Shocking that it's at number 2. I thought it was.
Okay, I think we all know what's going to be at number 1.
Oh, yeah, I know what the number 1 is going to be, but I thought the everything bagel would be ordered more, if I'm being completely honest. The number 1 is the plain bagel, as the plain bagel is the number 1 most, and it's the most versatile of the bagels, as you can top it with whatever you want, and it pairs with everything pretty nicely.
Absolutely. It's definitely my most eaten bagel in my life.
Really?
Can't say it's my favorite, but yeah, definitely a tasty one on today.
Definitely a good one. Yeah, probably a plain bagel's the most I've eaten, but everything bagel's really closing in on it. As I had a lot of plain bagels growing up, but ever since I got to high school, I've everything bagel almost every time. We do have Southie over at the 1029 bar in Minneapolis, taking home $16.30 in this great win. Congratulations to you, Southie, as we now get enrolled into our game number 4. Minor jackpot clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less.
Absolutely. Get enrolled. You do not want to miss out on any of the great cash we have growing here. And happy National Bagel Day. Super tasty one on today. What is your favorite way to have a bagel, and what would that bagel be?
Ooh, I'll say a everything bagel in a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I think that's my number 1 way to have a bagel. It's so tasty, and I don't have it too often.
I'll say an everything bagel toasted. It needs to be toasted. Every one of my bagels needs to be toasted.
Yes. I don't assume non-toasted, even though some places don't toast their bagels, and I think it's ridiculous.
We did go to a breakfast place, and they said a good bagel never needs to be toasted. So.
And that was one of the best
And it was
breakfast sandwiches I've ever
probably
had.
the best breakfast sandwich I've ever eaten. But that's beside the point. If I'm making my bagel at home, I am making a crispy everything bagel. I want cream cheese. I want cucumber. I want smoked salmon. I want capers. I want red onion. I want the works.
Yeah, cream cheese and lox. I definitely see you
So
just
good. Oh, so good.
top tier pairing. Next up on our National Day list, it's National Booch Day.
That's right, baby.
National Booch Day, also known as National Kombucha Day, kicks off a delicious way to celebrate with kombucha fans.
I am a huge fan of kombucha. It's been a while since I've actually drank it. I used to drink it twice a week just to keep up with good enzymes, but this is definitely a very tasty one on today. I have a father. He makes his homemade kombucha, and so it's very fun getting to try all the different ones that he makes, whether it be pomegranate apple, blueberry, or whatever else it is, classic apple. Definitely a very tasty one on today.
Yeah, kombucha contains beneficial bacteria that can help with digestion, decrease inflammation, and support the immune system.
That's right. Kombucha contains antioxidants that help with that inflammation as well as reduce DNA damage.
Wow. Kombucha may help with also gut health, supporting with all your different gut needs.
That's right, as the enzymes and acids produced in that fermentation process may help remove toxins from your liver as well.
There you go. Kombucha may help manage type 2 diabetes as well. That's awesome.
Even could help reduce cholesterol levels.
Yeah, there's lots of great health benefits to kombucha, and so give it a drink on today.
It's definitely not for everybody. It definitely tastes a little like apple cider vinegar with it. No matter the flavor you get, you're always going to get a little bit of vinegar in the flavoring of the kombucha, but it's absolutely delicious. I personally am a huge fan of the taste of it in general, but some people really, really hate it, so maybe give it a try on today. There are certain ones that you can have that are just available to the public, and then there's also ones with a higher alcohol content that you have to be 21 for, so make sure you do your research when you're buying some booch.
I will never forget because all kombucha has a little bit of alcohol content, and I just remember there was some dude in my high school that he was just an idiot, and he just went to 5 different stores and bought as much kombucha as he could
to try and get drunk off kombucha.
Tried to get drunk off of kombucha.
All that's gonna happen is you're gonna empty out your entire digestive tract.
Oh, absolutely. He was just on the toilet for the rest of the day. But it was absolutely hilarious seeing him
wreck your.
He thought he had come up with such a good scheme. We were sophomores in high school, and he was
They'll never catch me.
He felt like he was
I'll be
so
drunk
smart.
off the booch.
He was like, look at him. He was like, we were in first period, and he was like, look at. Got some kombucha, and I'm like, dude, this isn't gonna work out in the way that you want it to.
0.06% alcohol per kombucha usually.
It's nothing. There's nothing in it. But he was confident that he was gonna be able to intake enough to be able to, get a sick buzz.
Also, there are ones that are kind of like an alcoholic cocktail that you can buy that's kombucha. Ian and I were going to a park and going on a walk one time, and we had a nice market near us, and so we stopped in, and I saw that they had, I think it was like a guava mimosa situation with kombucha.
Really?
And I remember being super excited. It was an $8 drink, and so I was like, you know what, we're going to do it. It was horrible.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Well, we do have a winner here as we got JMH over at Trails Grill and Sports Bar taking home $20.70 in this awesome win. Congratulations to you, JMH. My favorite kombucha probably is actually your dad's apple cider kombucha. I'm a big fan of it. The carbonated kind that he has, super, super tasty.
Absolutely. Yeah, very, very good. I am a big fan of getting to try out the different ones that he has. And learning the process of how to make kombucha has been something super interesting because you use live bacteria to help ferment the alcohol in tea. And it's really awesome to see that he just uses uses whole ingredients when he's making it, and he uses just, you start with your green tea base, then you move on to, he's got this whole organic honey that he uses, and
Yeah.
I very, very much appreciate the way that he processes his kombucha, and it gets it a little bit cleaner as we get to consume it.
Yeah, it's super tasty. Big fan of it. Well, happy National Booch Day.
Absolutely. Up next, we have National Strawberry Ice Cream Day, and each year, National Strawberry Ice Cream Day is on January 15th and helps celebrate one of the choicest flavors of ice cream. All of the flavors of ice cream are recognized on July 1st, if you were wondering, for that one. But today, it's all about the strawberry.
All about the strawberry ice cream. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight. I can't say that I really leaned towards strawberry ice cream growing up. It was just one of the lower on the totem pole ice creams for me. But now I kind of have a little bit bigger of an appreciation for it, especially on a hot summer day. There's something so refreshing about that strawberry flavor that adds to that ice cream that I definitely can get behind.
Absolutely. Strawberry ice cream hates to see me coming. I love strawberry ice cream. And some days more so than any chocolate peanut butter combination could ever satisfy. I need that strawberry ice cream every once in a while. When I was a adolescent and I was having just deep feelings and wanting to really just be a comfortability thing and cozy up, have comfort food, whatever that was, I always wanted strawberry ice cream. And so it became like very comforting and very nostalgic for me as I grew up. And I never have it now, as we are very much a peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh, I'm so peanut butter and chocolate everything.
Anything, even cookie dough, like those kind of core ice cream flavors. And so I never buy strawberry ice cream, but you know what? Today is the day.
You're gonna make sure you get yourself a little bit of that strawberry ice cream action. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight. Strawberry ice cream, so delicious and great, great to be able to eat. I love my favorite way to have it is the combo of the chocolate, vanilla, strawberry ice cream, the Neapolitan style, and I think that's just a really tasty combo where you get a little bit of everything and you get to enjoy all the different flavors. I'm a big fan of it.
I personally like when it is like I don't really necessarily need to be slow churned, but like actual churned strawberry ice cream, and it's got chunks of real strawberry in it.
Okay.
That is my favorite.
Yeah.
So good.
Definitely a tasty way to have it. I know there's quite a few different brands where you can buy the ice cream that's like that, and it adds that little bit of crunch into your ice cream.
I love a good chunk of strawberry. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely a great one. Well, happy National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. We hope that you guys can enjoy some of this delicious ice cream out there wherever you are at. Before we move on from National Strawberry Ice Cream Day, what is your favorite topping on strawberry ice cream?
Absolutely nothing. You don't need anything added to it. It's perfect the way it is.
You have to add a
I don't
topping.
want to.
I'm just saying what's your favorite if
Strawberries.
you had to. Strawberries?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like to disrupt that flavor profile. If I'm having strawberry ice cream, I don't really need anything else added to it. I am a huge fan of like chocolate covered strawberries and that sort of flavor
Dollop
profile.
of whipped cream?
But yeah, I don't really need it.
No.
Yeah,
I
just
think
strawberries.
I think a dollop of whipped cream can definitely add to it, in my opinion. I think that's a good addition to strawberry ice cream.
Oh yeah, I mean whipped cream can go on any ice cream, and you're just like, yeah, add another scoop.
I think though for specifically strawberry ice cream, I'd lean more towards
Strawberry and cream almost.
Yeah. I love that combo. So that's why I say strawberry ice cream even more. So I would enjoy a little bit of whipped cream on it.
Well, that's a tasty one on today. Whether you pile it high or have it plain, strawberry ice cream is the one that should be going on and getting served to you on today.
We do got Jer Bear over the B&B Sports Bar and Grill taking home our minor jackpot in this game, number 5. Jer Bear takes home $114.83 in this fantastic game of Game Day Bingo. Congratulations to you. As we now get rolled into this next game with our minor jackpot reverting back to 52 balls or less, but the must-go prize that's already sitting at $27.90 is going to continue to grow and roll into this game for a fun little double must-go opportunity. Just 1 minute and 50 seconds for you guys to get involved in this upcoming matchup.
And as you get enrolled into this next matchup, happy National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. We have one final national day to highlight for you lucky players out there, as it is National Hat Day. A national Hat Day aims for you guys to hang on to your hats and celebrate in style, as this is celebrated each year on January 15th. So don your favorite fedora, cap, cloche, derby, or sun hat. Dig out your ceremonial best and tell the story behind it. Wear your warmest stocking cap, beanie, and share the name you give it. There are so many kinds of hats, fashions, and names that we give them. Certainly, we can wear a hat on today and never get through them all.
Absolutely. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight. What is your favorite hat, and what is the hat you wish you could pull off?
I love a good cowboy hat. That's probably my favorite.
That's your favorite?
I love a good cowboy hat. A hat that I wish I could pull off, a beret.
A beret.
Yes.
Is that
The flat French one.
okay? That's what I assumed.
Yes.
That's what I assumed. As soon as you said beret, I thought of Emily in Paris.
Fair enough.
She wears a beret in at least the cover photo, I think.
I'm sure she wears one multiple times.
That's
It's Emily in Paris.
yeah. But that's definitely a fun one. That is a very hard pull off.
a
I think you
tough
could
pull-off.
pull it off, but you just would have to dress in a very specific way that you wouldn't normally dress yourself as. So definitely one that's a little bit tougher to be able to pull off.
Yeah.
I'll say my favorite hat is the classic beanie, or as some people may call it, toboggan. As you can, that one I feel like I rock all throughout the winter. I always get excited during the winter time because I can start rocking beanies. Even during the fall time, before beanies are necessarily needed, I'll start rocking them, and so they're definitely my favorites in all the different colorways that they can come out, and they're just a great winter hat that I really enjoy.
Absolutely. That's a great one on today. I also love a good baseball cap.
Yeah, and then the hat that I wish I could pull off, I wish I could pull off like the Peaky Blinders hat.
Yeah.
That's one that I
Page
wish.
boy cap.
Yeah, the page boy cap. Your
The
dad.
paperboy cap,
Yeah,
yeah.
paper boy cap. Your dad wears one a lot of the
does.
time. He pulls it off pretty well. And even though I might be able to pull it off decently if I dress properly, I just don't dress like that often enough to think like, oh, let's wear the paper boy hat. So it's one that I wish I could pull off that I just never dress in the style to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, completely understandable. It is a hard one to kind of style into modern day clothing, but it's super fun. I know a lot of people. There is a certain brand that makes modern versions of those,
Oh, okay.
and I've seen a few people try and style it, but it is a hard one to pull off.
Yeah. Well, happy National Hat Day. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight. Yeah, like you said, the ball cap, definitely just one of my most classic favorites that I wear.
For sure, it's my most worn hat.
I would probably say the beanie is my most worn hat.
For you, for sure.
Yeah, I wear beanies all the time, but I do like a good ball cap as well. I wear it pretty often. Probably for like working out. Ball cap is something that I love to wear.
I love wearing a ball cap in public.
But in just like my everyday, a good old beanie is my favorite.
It's the way to go.
Well, happy National Hat Day.
Absolutely. Whether you like a fedora, a cowboy hat, or anything in between, today is the day to break out your hats and wear them and style them however you want. Today's the day that you can pull off any hat.
Absolutely.
Come back for happy hour. We'll have some crazy hats on.
Maybe. Well, as we get after it here, we are coming to a close. We got 2 balls away for Why Not Me, Mikey, Mike, Shopper, and Marcia. Can we see the lucky ball fall for them? As we've clicked past all of our prize, as Shopper takes home the double must-go prize here over at Not Just a Bar. Take it home $47.20. Congratulations to you, Shopper, as we now get enrolled into this next game. Minor jackpot, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less.
Absolutely. You don't want to miss out, so grab those iPads and continue to get enrolled. As we are doing so, we would love to highlight a little bit about our Vikings, who finished the season 14-3 as the Rams channeled all that sorrow and uncertainty into a dominant defensive performance. Ended up sacking Darnold, an NFL playoff record-tying 9 times to win 27-9 Monday night in the NFC wildcard game that was moved from Southern California to Arizona. Darnold completed 25 of 40 passes for 245 yards, but ended up losing losing 82 yards on just those 9 sacks. The Vikings managed 269 total yards, and many of those came when the game was already out of hand.
Yeah, not necessarily what we wanted to have go down for our Vikings.
Not by
And
any means.
definitely adds a lot of weird, question
What ifs,
marks
yeah.
in heading into this offseason. As you would have told me not about 14 days ago,
Yeah.
just 14 days ago, not even 2 months ago, 14 days ago, what was going to be happening with Sam Darnold, I would have said we got to sign him for some pretty big money. I think Sam Darnold has a future here in the purple and gold. And after 2 big weeks where the biggest games were on the line for him,
Yeah.
we saw some pretty poor performances. Now I'm expecting to see what does this end up happening for our QB room, what we are going to end up doing. And if Sam Darnold exits, we have 3 logical targets we could be looking at.
That's right. That first one is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, we've seen him start for many years, whether it was with the Patriots or the 49ers, was a very successful quarterback. Brings in a very similar playing style to Kirk Cousins, I would say, and a guy that has had success in very successful systems, but when he was put into situations that weren't as advantageous, like going over to the Rams, he wasn't able to necessarily produce at that same level. But, it'd be fun to have such a good-looking guy in our locker room.
Keep morale up.
Keep morale up. Everyone just look over. Oh, Jimmy G. He can lead us.
Yeah. Well, we're also taking a peek at Daniel Jones.
This is one of my more favorite takes on the, if Sam Darnold leaves situation, as Daniel Jones is a guy that had at least 1 year of success outside of the Vikings. He had 1 good year with the Giants, then ended up really falling off with the New York Giants. But the New York Giants are not the most well-run organization. They don't have the biggest talent pool for them. And we've seen what we've been able to do to rehabilitate quarterbacks. He's been able to sit as a backup for the second half of this year, learn our offense. He should be able to come right into the system and be able to take right on over after being coached up. And I think the beauty of if we do sign him to start for our Vikings, I think at least coaching staff knows what they're going to get out of him. They've coached him now for half a season,
Yep.
and so if they decide to sign him, I would think, oh, okay, they saw something out of him in those 2 months that he was with our Vikings.
Absolutely. Well, what about Trey Vance?
Trey Lance. That's an interesting one. Is we've never really seen him succeed in the NFL, but a guy who had a lot of high upside. I mean, obviously, as he was selected as one of the top draft picks for the 49ers not too long ago, but just was never able to take over that offense. Then has went over to the Dallas Cowboys and hasn't exactly boosted his stock with the Cowboys either as their number 3 quarterback on the roster. And so I just don't.
Well, hey, he's a Minnesota native, so maybe he just needs to be back on home turf.
Maybe. I didn't even realize that he's a Minnesota native that offers some really good athleticism. So, I mean, that
Tantalizing.
that definitely adds to. He's probably the cheapest of the quarterbacks out there.
Well, that might work
He'd
in our
probably be a
favor.
league minimum for Trey Lance, and it would be one of those guys that you would probably say. J.J. McCarthy ends up starting by the end of the season with, or the other 2 guys, I could see them starting the entire year and us being able to survive with those guys at quarterback as we develop J.J. McCarthy, where Trey Lance, we could see it
Just like the first 4 weeks.
it get downhill really quickly. And so that's the question mark there. So I really don't know what the quarterback situation is if Sam Darnold leaves.
Well, let's see how that goes.
And even if Sam Darnold stays, I still have question marks about the quarterback situation. I would rather us pay a lot of money on the defensive end of things. So lots of offseason questions heading into this year.
Well, we got an answer right here as Miguel at Duffy's Bar and Grill takes away that must-go prize, $16.30 going on out to you. Congratulations, Miguel. Make sure you get enrolled into this next matchup as we have that minor jackpot now at 58 balls or less, closing in on $50. Super exciting stuff.
Yeah, it should be exciting, and you can have some more excitement by playing a Vikings-themed E-Tab game called Vikings Victory. It's an awesome E-Tab game with a lot of great jackpot prizes that you definitely want to take your shot at.
Absolutely is a lot of fun. Go and check it out to show your support. As you guys have just about a minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this next matchup, though, I'd love to highlight some of the great players who have already been competing in this Season 17 any chance they can for these Game Day Bingo standings. Hopping right on into these standings, we have 6 people tied in ninth place. Todd S.A. at the Harding Bar and Grill, Maggie at Lyle's Liquor, Murphy at the Pickled Pig, Tally at Tailgate Sports Cafe and Paddy Wagon, Vader at the Log Cabin Bar Emily, and Jack at American Legion Holdingford, all with 10,000 points, all in that ninth place spot. Right ahead of them with 11,000 in seventh place, we've got Lucky Rosie over at Moe's, as well as Richie over at the Pine Island Liquor Store. Then we have a tie going on in fifth place with 12,000 as Big Rob at the HR Pesties and 6'9" T-Bird at the Lookout Bar and Grill currently sit. Fourth place is Bitcoin at the Full Tilt Tavern with 16,000 points. 18,000 for third place, Not Sure at the Montego Blue. Second place with 20,000 is Brother Nate at the Chart House. And in first place, it is Call Me Jen at JR Mac with 24,000 points so far.
Great job to you, Call Me Jen, and all of those fantastic players that have earned so many points throughout this season. Now on to the location side of those standings. As we start off with 10th place, Carboni's Pizza and CR Billiards. They sit with 19,000 points. With 20,000 points in 9th place, we got the Midtown Bar and Grill. In 7th place, we now have a two-way tie. That's between the Pine Island Liquor Store and the Montego Blue, both with 22,000 points. As we hop into another tie in 5th place, both with 23,000 points. That is HR Pesties and the Chart House. 4th place is the Riverboat Depot. They sit with 25,000 points, as the Lookout Bar and Grill sits in 3rd with 27,000 points. 2nd place is Haskell's with 28,000 points, as our number 1 Game Day Bingo location. It's no surprise here, it's JR Mac with 32,000 Game Day Bingo points. Call Me Jen and JR Mac once again at the top of these standings after winning another season as our number 1 Game Day Bingo player and locations just in Season 16. Can't wait to see if we can get any other big shakeups in this Season 17.
Absolutely, guys. Come on out for every chance you can to take home these awesome Game Day Bingo cash prizes for yourself, along with those awesome points. If you guys want to check out something different, though, right there on those iPads as we speak, we have actually over 70 different Charitable eTab games that you guys can choose to play at any time. They offer you huge prizes up to $1,500, small bets between 50 cents and $5, and with brand new graphics that just got updated after the new year, I guarantee you'll find something you love. Go and check out all of our different eTab games today.
Absolutely. We're big fans of those eTabs. My eTab spotlight of today is going to be Diver Down, where you can head under the sea, to see if you can take home some awesome jackpot prizes. It's definitely a lot of fun. Maybe hang out with some people in Atlanta. So I don't know. Enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Guys, go and check it out. Even if you can't find Atlantis, I'm sure you can find some great prizes.
You know, they should make more under-the-sea horror movies.
I think there's a few.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there should be, but, like, usually...
There's another one coming out this next year.
Is there? Is there? But, like, I see all these, like, there's always an alien, like, that, like, comes out there that's, like, unseen. Like, you know, it's completely, like, fictional. Where Under the Sea, they always are making them, like, giant squid or giant shark attack kind of thing. Where I want, like, an alien-like creature that comes from under the
Yeah,
sea type
well,
horror
you're
movie.
about to get one.
Oh.
We do have a winner here as ERF over at the Detour 19 takes away $21. Congratulations there. Make sure to get enrolled into this next matchup as we will have that minor jackpot. Now at 58 balls or less getting into this next matchup. Really exciting stuff.
Yeah, I want to I want to see the new one that's going to be
New 2025.
new.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it's got a great cast of people that are in it. Very fun stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be hard to find. So, but great e-tabs out there that you can enjoy wherever you're out. And speaking of movies, we do have some fun movies that were released on today throughout history. Starting off with the 1987 sports classic. No, not sports classic. I was reading the next one. 1987 comedy romance Moonstruck, starring Nicolas Cage, one of my favorite actors, and one of Jordy's favorite actresses, Cher, as no sooner does Italian-American widow Loretta accept a marriage proposal from her doltish boyfriend, Johnny, that she finds herself falling for his younger brother, Ronnie. Johnny and Ronnie. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to resist, but Ronnie lost his hand in an accident, and he blames on his brother, and has no scruples about aggressively pursuing her while Johnny is out of the country. As Loretta falls deeper in love, she comes to learn that she's not the only one in her family with a secret romance.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange concept, but gotta love Cher.
Definitely an interesting one. A different look for Cher than I've ever seen her with the shorter hair and curls. Definitely interesting.
Yeah, there was a phase of these films that kind of missed me. They're definitely not like my favorite Cher works like this and Mermaids, but very fun stuff still. 1987 Moonstruck coming on out on today. Up next in 1999, we have the classic Varsity Blues.
Yeah, a little sports movie action right here. I've been running through with Jordy through some of my favorite sports movies. Just made her watch Coach Carter for the first time, and I've shown you a few others throughout the years that we've been checking out those sports movies.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah. But Varsity Blues is actually a sports movie that I have never watched. It's a sports comedy starring James Vanderbeek,
Yep.
Ron Lester, Ali Larter, Paul Walker, John Voight, and other great actors and actresses. Yeah, this is one that just missed me for some reason. Never ended up watching it. Have you seen it?
No, but I am surprised that you've never watched it. It's got a great cast of people. I'm a big fan of most of the people in this film, and so, yeah, it's definitely one that I will probably be watching this next year sometime.
I kind of liked that it kind of felt like it was a reprise of the character for James Vanderbeek, as I saw in was it a TV show that you're watching, or was it a movie where he plays the quarterback's dad? Kind of thing, and it felt like it was like, oh, this now old Mox that is now pushing his football dreams onto his kid now.
It was that Noah Beck movie.
Was it? Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I don't know what the name of it is.
Yeah. I didn't watch enough of the movie to really give any kind of opinion on it.
Quarterback, cutie, sideline, quarterback. It's something cringy.
Oh man! Forget I brought it up. 1999.
Yeah, I bet you're embarrassed now.
I didn't watch the movie. I just saw it from a distance. I walked through the room and saw something happening.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, and this is like the only movie that I really know James Vanderbeek in.
He was really, really big in a TV show. He was the main star for a large portion of the
Dawson's
90s.
Creek?
Yes.
Boom! I'm so good.
Good job. Him and Katie Holmes.
There you go. I always get Dawson's Creek and what's the basketball one mixed up?
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. For some reason, they mix up in my head.
So different.
I didn't watch either of them, so I don't really know.
You get him confused with Chad Michael Murray?
No. It's just I always think I get the names
Dawson's Creek
mixed
has
up.
no sports.
Okay. Yeah.
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 It's just weird little relationships.
I know the storyline better of
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill, but the name I hear more as Dawson's Creek.
Strange. We do have some winners, as John as well as Needed are both splitting up $25.40. Congratulations, Needed at Hooligans and John at Eagles Rochester. Stick around and continue to get enrolled, as that over $100 is going to be growing to 60 balls or less on that minor into this next game. Get enrolled.
As we get enrolled into this next game, we highlight our next movie released on today, the 2010 family action flick, The Spy Next Door. This one stars Jackie Chan. You also see George Lopez in it, and other fun actors and actresses. But at this time, even though this is not a great movie, it was a time where Jackie Chan could do no wrong in my eyes in 2010. And so I absolutely love this one, as well as all of the Jackie Chan works.
Jackie Chan can still do no wrong. He is a national treasure.
Yeah, great.
International treasure.
Yeah, it's awesome. Same year he came out with The Karate Kid, so I was just loving Jackie Chan action during that time.
I like earlier Jackie Chan, but yeah, absolutely gotta love him.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch earlier Jackie Chan until after I watched these movies.
Yeah, we treated Rush Hour movies like a family blockbuster.
Yeah, Rush Hour had too much.
And Around the World in 80 Days.
Around the World in 80 Days I watched, but that was my first Jackie Chan movie I ever
Around the World
watched.
in 80 Days. Him and James Coogan? Jim Coogan? Something Coogan.
Yeah, it's something Coogan. Yeah, but great one we get to highlight. I guess we can find out what it is, because Around the World in 80 Days is a fun one to be
Steve
able to highlight.
Coogan.
Steve Coogan, you're right on the money. He plays
Not Jedediah. Is it Jedediah?
It might be Jedediah in. I don't know. He's the duo of the cowboy with Owen Wilson and the Roman emperor
at Night at the Museum.
At Night at the Museum. They're probably the best two characters in the entire flick.
Yeah.
Well, next up, released on today in 2016, we have the comedy action Ride Along 2.
Absolutely. This stars Ice Cube, Kevin James, and even more there.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Not Kevin James. We
Very
love Kevin
different
James.
Kevins. 2 different short Kevins.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Ken Jeong is in it as well.
Yeah.
Benjamin Bratt is in it.
I'm a huge fan of Benjamin Bratt.
Yeah, the Ride Along series, I enjoyed the first one a lot in 2014. I think I was still young enough that all that humor still really worked for me. But then when the second one came out, I was like, man, a little overplayed, guys. A little overplayed.
Yeah, I went so anti-Kevin Hart. I, refused to watch anything he was in. Central Intelligence, the Ride Along movies, all of them I've never seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, it was before, because the first one was 2014. It was before I got, just a ton of Kevin Hart put in my face. I really like The Upside, which is him and Bryan Cranston, and that's a really good one that if you haven't seen, I definitely suggest for you to watch. I think you would really enjoy that one. Probably would be the only Kevin Hart movie I would suggest for you, as it's a real tearjerker.
All right, very cool. Well, Ride Along 2, not a tearjerker, but coming out on today. Up next in 2021, we got The Dig.
Yeah, this one stars Lily James, Ralph Fiennes, Carey Mulligan, and others.
Oh, I like this whole cast.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be either loved or hated.
Yeah, it is 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Good.
In the late 1930s, wealthy landowner Edith Pretty hires amateur archaeologist Basil Brown to investigate the mounds on her property in England. He and his team discover a ship from the Dark Ages while digging up a burial ground.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one. This is a melodrama that you can watch on today.
Well, I'm a big fan of Lily James as well as Ralph Fiennes, and so I think that's a very fun one. As well as Carey Mulligan, I'm a big fan of as well. So I definitely will be giving this a watch on today. I also love time period pieces, and so this is definitely one that I'll be watching.
Yeah, this one definitely seems like an interesting one on today. Oh, and it looks like it was supposed to have Nicole Kidman in it, but ended up she had another film that clashed with the filming for it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome stuff. The Dig coming out on today.
Well,
Very fun stuff.
That one I actually think you might end up watching out of the ones released on today. Always fun whenever we get to highlight movies that are like, wow, I haven't seen that one. I can't believe I've never seen that one. I got to watch it. We do have a winner here, though.
Babbler at Neeson Savage and Raw at Duffy's Bar and Grill split up that Musco prize, $38.10, getting split between both those lucky players. We'll have that minor jackpot that's grown over $150 already. It'll be sitting at 62 balls or less into this next match.
Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. As we get after it, this is some Wild-themed game day bingo, so we might as well talk about our Minnesota Wild, who lost to the Vegas Golden Knights 4-1 on Sunday night. Not what we wanted to see, as it was tied all the way through the first two periods, but we weren't able to capitalize and win as they scored three third-period goals. Ryan Hartman scored for our Wild, and Philip Gustafsson still made 32 stops on those shots, but just wasn't enough to be able to hold tight for that victory. But we do get a fun chance tonight to be able to bounce back, as tonight's matchup at 7:30 p.m. will be going up against the Oilers. Should be a good game.
Absolutely. So make sure to come on out and show your support. That game's happening at 7:30 tonight. If you'd like to go out and play some Wild-themed great games, we have one themed after them for our ETAB games. You guys can check out Let's Go Wild wherever you play Pilot games. It's right there on those iPads.
Definitely a great time there. And if you're having a great time while playing Pilot games, don't forget to share those awesome player pictures with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces. And if you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up your iPad and show off that happy face of the jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You can also send us pictures of you playing with your friends or your favorite bartender. To share your pics, you can either direct message them to us on Facebook, post them with the hashtag PilotGames, or email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We cannot wait to see all the fun moments that you guys capture.
Absolutely. It's definitely a lot of fun there. So snap those player pictures and share them with us. You can see some prime examples right to the side of me.
And as we only have about 2 more games left with you guys, we'll like to quickly go over some fun celebrity birthdays. But before we start hopping into the celebrity birthdays, I'd like to give a quick shout out to anybody who was born on this awesome January 15th. I shoot some luck out to you as you get on after, and we hope to see you take home some fantastic prizes.
Absolutely. As we start off with a incredibly important birthday in 1929, we've got Martin Luther King, born on today, the American clergyman and leader of the civil rights movement. He won the Nobel Prize in 1964.
Yeah, definitely an amazing one to be able to highlight. Did so much great things for the civil rights movement, and made the world a better place.
Up next in 1947, we got Andrea Martin. She's the American comedian, Tony Award-winning stage and screen actress. She was in Pippin, My Favorite Year, SCTV, as well as the My Big Fat Greek Wedding films. She was also an Emmy Award-winning screenwriter for SCTV.
Very, very cool stuff. I'm a big fan of hers in the My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies.
Oh, yeah.
She's quite funny and adds a lot to the humor within those works.
Absolutely. Awesome stuff, and happy birthday.
Oh, she's also in Little Italy as well. Next up, born on today in 1948, we got Ronnie Van Zant, an American rock musician for Leonard Skinner, who did Give Me 3 Steps and so many other big rock hits.
Happy birthday, Ronnie. Up next in 1951, we've got Charo, the Spanish-American actress and comedian. She was in Chico and the Man, as well as The Love Boat, and she's even a flamenco guitarist.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Definitely an iconic person to highlight here on today. I can't say I've consumed much of her stuff, but very, very cool.
She sings Choochie Choochie. That's probably like her best known song.
That's awesome.
I've seen cameo appearances of her.
Okay. Next up, born on today in 1953, we got Randy White, the American college and pro football Hall of Fame tackle. Super Bowl winner in 1977, was the MVP in that Super Bowl. That's crazy for a tackle to be an MVP. 7-time first-team All-Pro and 9-time Pro Bowler playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Just one of the most iconic offensive tackles of all time. I know that this is one of my dad's, as he grew up as an offensive lineman. This was one of his favorite tackles while growing up.
Well, awesome stuff. Happy birthday to Randy White. Up next in 1971, we got Kelly Ashbury. She is the American animated film director, did Shrek 2, Smurfs, The Lost Village.
Very cool stuff. Happy birthday to Kelly Asbury. As we have Why Me over at the Southtown Lanes, taking home $209.63 in this game number 11 of Game Day Bingo action. Congratulations to you, Why Me, as we'll now be getting enrolled into the final game that me and Jordy will be live with you guys for. With that minor jackpot reverting back to 52 balls or less, that $47 must-go prize will remain as you guys continue to grow that prize as we get enrolled over the next minute and 40 seconds.
That's right. Well, happy birthday to Kelly Ashbury on today as well. Up next in 1971, probably my favorite on this list, we have Regina King. She is the American actress from Southland, as well as If Beale Street Could Talk. I primarily know her for she was in A Cinderella Story, as well as Miss Congeniality, and a voice actor in The Boondocks.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, she's in a lot of things. The Watchmen, The Harder They Fall, Daddy Daycare.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, so many. Ray. Very fun actress that we get to highlight here on today.
Huge
Well
fan.
decorated as well. So happy birthday to Regina King. As we move on to one of my favorite athletes of all time, probably my favorite person on this list, and that's the 1979 birthday, Drew Brees, the American football quarterback, Super Bowl MVP winner in 2009 for the New Orleans Saints, was a 13-time Pro Bowler and 7-time NFL passing yards leader. Just an incredibly impressive career. A guy that is just one of those people that was an against all odds type player. He was too short to play the position. He had shoulder injuries that should have kept him from being a collegiate quarterback, as he tore his shoulder as a high schooler, and then tore his shoulder again when he was in the NFL, and just was told again and again that he wasn't going to be the great player that he ended up becoming, and just really loved the whole Drew Brees story, and it's really motivational, as well as just probably the greatest Super Bowl win of all time goes to that New Orleans Saints team, just because it was like right after the hurricane had hit New Orleans, and them being able to go then and win the Super Bowl that year, just so impressive and so needed for that fan base to be able to find some kind of just fun and hope during that time. And so just, yeah, huge fan of the Drew Brees story.
Happy birthday to Drew Brees on today. Up next, born on today in 1988, we've got Sonny Moore, better known as Skrillex, the American Grammy Award-winning dance music DJ and record producer.
That's a fun one to be able to highlight.
Absolutely, I still love Skrillex.
Yeah. It's calling him Sonny Moore to start off really threw me for a loop, because I was like Sonny Moore. Who's Sonny Moore on this list? Oh, she's talking about Skrillex.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Last celebrity birthday born on today in 1996, we got Dove Cameron, the American actress and singer, known for her Disney roles, as she starred in a popular Disney show called Liv and Maddie. She was also in the Disney Descendants movies as well, and makes appearances in quite a few other works as well, as she continues as an up-and-coming actress.
Yeah, her first thing that she was in was a cameo appearance on Shameless, and she looks like a completely different person since then.
That's crazy.
Most recently, Ian and I watched her in Schmigadoon, which was a musical comedy TV show.
Yes.
And she plays a really comedic character in it as well. That's kind of the tempting town girl.
Yeah.
But she does it really well. She's got an incredible voice. Yeah, happy birthday, Dove Cameron.
Yeah, I think is now went more into pursuing her singing
Yes.
career, and so has become a big singer now. Well, happy birthday to Dove Cameron. Well, we do have a little E-Tab game that we need to highlight before we end off this broadcast, and that's our E-Tab game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Twins for. It's called Twins Win. You should definitely check that one out and see if you could take home some home run prizes in that great game.
That's right. Go and check it out today. As we close in here, we definitely want to highlight the lucky player from just this past weekend, Jack, over at American Legion Holdingford, taking home the largest jackpot prize of the weekend, $73,583. Well, everyone at American Legion Holdingford supports American Legion Post 211 Holdingford. They aim to enhance the well-being of Americans' veterans, their families, our military, and our communities by their devotion to our mutual helpfulness.
Great job to that player as SRS over the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 takes home $73 in that awesome game right there. Congratulations to you, SRS. And all you guys getting after it, I would like to remind you that you guys are supporting different charities all across the state of Minnesota. And that's a reminder that when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.